Okay, where are we and what are we doing? Ugh. Things are still loading in. Right, we're still up in the north. I'm up in that railway station. Now, I came up here and did a video yesterday looking for new towns. I saw a map after I uploaded and I came across the idea that in reality the first town I came across was basically it. I mean, there have been lots of changes to the map at the last patch update. Ooh, I've been after one of those. Sorry, just having a quick... Oh, it's pristine, it's pristine. Good, 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 because I've got that. That's huge, isn't it? No, that swaps. Is this a hand job? Sorry, yes, I was saying. So the changes to the map primarily are in the northeast. There are lots of little changes all over, which I'm going to go investigate, but it's primarily the northeast. So what I'm going to do is I'm currently up in the north. I'm going to drop down south a little bit, head west, and then have a look at what I can find. Now I'm going to try and sort out what I'm going to do with this, because I haven't played with one of these since the pre-alpha. Is it a hand? So you'd think you'd put that on that, but all that's going to do is swap them. Put them on the ground. No. Ah! Yes, portable gas lamp. Thank you. We now have a portable gas lamp. Yay. So now, when it gets dark, I don't have to act like an umpty. I'll have a little quick drink while I'm here. I assume there's no one in the area, because there is very little reason for anyone to be up here. If you haven't seen one of my videos before, I like to go exploring. This character's been alive for longer than I can remember. I always play on a hardcore server, so there's no third person. I am up in the north. Railway line is just over there. One of the new towns that hasn't yet been completed is... Yes, I'm guessing wet. Is there. That's an incomplete town, but you can see the road network and you can see the scorch marks in the ground where all the buildings are going to be. So I think this is going to be quite a large town. Yet another server I join, and it's sort of late afternoon, couple of hours from night. That does seem to be the default position for many servers these days. Many servers on the list seem to be set to this time. In reality, real world time is 11:15, so it's late morning, but the server is set to 4 o'clock-ish, between 4 and 5 o'clock. So, and sunsets in an hour or so. But I'm guessing that the server will restart. We'll get some texture pop-in flashing. That's wire fences. Yeah, that does that sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna go a little more south than this. Bloody shit weather. These you can get into, by the way, but I don't think they have any loot in. No. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we'll do today. I've got a long way to go. I have not detected any negative effects of rain beyond lots of little bloody warning messages telling you that you're getting wet. I'm hydrated, energized, hydrated and healthy. None of the clothing I'm wearing is waterproof, but it doesn't seem to matter. Yet. I'm sure it'll come in with a patch where we will want to avoid rain. Now, whether that means that players will do what they do... I mean, at the moment, most players, if they come across a server and it's nighttime, either they simply won't join it because they now know it's nighttime before they join, or they'll move to a different server. Or will they start doing the same for rain? I should now be heading roughly south-west. Yay, look at that. My internal navigation system's working well enough, and these things bloody annoy me. Right, so let's pop that away. What's my ping like? That's a few people on the server. That's me. Desync 0, 36. Strangely for me, that's actually quite high. So yeah, we've Gonna come over this way a little bit and see what we can find. See if there's anything. See if there's anything to be found. Some of these scorch marks on the ground look quite interesting to me. They sort of tell me that there's going to be buildings in the area. This sort of patchy grass tends to be where there are buildings, like a farmyard or something. But we'll carry on chugging along and see what we can see. Talk to you in a bit when I find something a little more interesting. If I find anything interesting. Covered a kilometre or so, just had myself a drink out of a stream. Notice the sun's gone down and everything's going red again. It looks like this might become a theme for the time being with my videos, that we are always playing at this sort of time. I'm not quite sure why the server admins are setting up to restart their servers and play the same 3 hours over and over again. Getting quite a few messages on the bottom left hand corner. This is a game server. Gameservers.co.uk. I'm just hoping that it's going to give me a server message saying it's going to stop working. You know, it's going to be it's going to give me a message to tell me, to warn me that the server's going to close down. Well, I hope it is anyway. Of course, with the sun going down, I don't really have it to navigate by. What I tend to do is I'll bring my compass up, check the angle of the sun, and then sort of keep a mental memory, you know, of where it is, so I know roughly where I'm running all the time when I'm doing these long distance treks. But as you can see, the colouring is going funny. It's all going a little pinky red because the sun is going down, basically. And my guess is before the sun goes down completely, they'll restart the server and set it back 3 hours. Which is not quite how the game's supposed to be played, but there you go. Did read somewhere that the server admins either soon or can already set an accelerated time thing, so that it'll go day, night, day, night, day, night. Oh, here comes the rain. But it'll happen more quickly, so that you get nighttime play, daytime play, and you have a possibility of getting both of those within the same gaming session. I am getting wet. Anyway, but still I've not seen anything apart from noticing the sun's gone down and everything's going bright red. The whole colour palette of the game is changing. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, just seen something. Now, either a little confused as to where I am, but that looks like the northeast airfield. Yeah, if that's the northeast airfield, I'm in. No, sorry, northwest airfield. I am not where I thought I was. It does look like the northwest airfield, doesn't it? Oh dear. Sort of shows my original idea of where I was out by a bit. That means if that's there, the two-storey military should be that way. Oh well, let's have a little, as we're this close, we might as well have a little loot about. How odd. My map position, my mental image of where I was on the map was completely wrong. That's strange, you'll lose your bearings. I mean, I know the northern portion of the map has changed a fair bit, but I sort of know this map too well, and for me to lose my bearings that much strikes me as a little odd. Right, what have we got in here? Always worth coming in here. You occasionally find things on the tops. There's a new pair of boots, except for they're not very new. Should be a lot of zombies in this area. See? Bullets. Ooh, I've not seen you before. What are you? An Amphibia S. Rimfire single action semi-automatic pistol chambered in 2.2 long rifle. So it's a pistol that can take rifle. Oh, hang on. I think I've got a bit of action here. Have I got some Z action? A 2.2 pistol. Oh dear. Oh shit. Okay, let's see how scary these zombies are. Let's put this on single shot. I don't want to burn my ammunition quite that quickly. They're not coming out the woodwork. And it's getting darker. Now there was a time when this area was bloomin' marvellous for finding kit. And then it got bad. It stopped spawning in here. Ooh, backpack. Oh yeah. Now, we're going to get lots of kit here, or are we not going to get any kit at all? Doesn't look like we're getting any kit at all, does it? Still following a complicated path is still a reasonable way of dealing with zombies. From what I understand, zombies now will spawn in. So if you kill a zombie, zombies will spawn. So, as there's nothing here, man, there seems to be rather a lot of zombies. I'm going to get out of dodge. Right, I know where I am. I'm actually roughly in the right part of the map I wanted to be in, which is down the western side. When I was at this map I saw, which showed all the portions of the map that had been touched by this update. There were large sections in the northeast, but the towns south of Vibor seem to have lots of little dots, like they've made lots of little changes. Oh, hello. I'm just doing this for shit and giggles now. They're not going anywhere near me. So if we head roughly south... Oi, come on. Put that away. Bring that up. We should come to Vibor. And then from Vibor south to the town I can't remember the name of, begins with a P. That's descriptive. We should be able to find ourselves... Oh, there's a zombie back there. See what's changed, because I say in that town below Vibor, south of Vibor, it looked like almost every... There was a red dot on every building, like everything had changed. So, yeah, we're going to investigate that, and then I understand there's now a police station, and possibly one of those blue medical centres. In get me right into gear, in Zelena. And Zelena tends to be where I base myself these days. What do I mean these days? I've always based myself in Zelena. Even when we were playing the mod, I used to base myself in Zelena. I like Zelena. I don't know why. I like what they've done to it. It's got military and it's now a much larger town. From being a large village, it's gone to being a small town, which is cool. Lots of buildings, lots of enterable bits. Awful long way away from any of the default spawns, which makes it interesting. And there's a full-scale military base less than 2 kilometers south of it. So, yeah. Zelena, still a good place to be based. Talk to you in a second. Right, here we go, coming into Vibor. I suppose I better bring my rifle out. I am wet. We've got this low scudding sky. Oh, the clouds don't look great, they just look dark and ominous. I am completely soaked. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. And there goes my frame rate. I've got 33 rounds left in this 60. I've got a full 60 there for swapping over, and I've got rounds in here. So at the moment, I'm going to start burning too many rounds. I've got lots of pistol ammunition. I might see how effective a pistol is as defending myself. And I have a spare clip for the pistol. So that's 30 rounds, but still that's only 30 zombies. It depends. I may end up burning through my assault rifle ammo because of this business of the Zeds being a little more aggressive, or at least us never running out of zombies, because there are, so what's it, 7,000 on the server, and if you kill one, one spawns. So I've just killed that zombie. Another one spawned in somewhere on the server. Whether it's spawned in here, I don't know. That I don't know. I tell you what, you don't want to be a Bambi. Being a Bambi now, woo, scary monsters. Which is supposed to be, because this is supposed to be a zombie horror survival game. I must admit, I'm a little disappointed my frame rate is absolutely tanked, which does make life awkward. Playing a game with such a low and stuttering frame rate can be problematic. Yeah, this I always think of this as being a music school. I don't know if it's a music school, but it sort of has that look to me of being a music school, a private music school, because this is like the headmaster's office. I have no idea. Oop, wrong way. I was going this way, wasn't I? And we have one of these red brick buildings, which I'll often refer to, yes, I can get my fat butt through that gap, as a post office. It's only because the one in Zelena, back in the days of the mod, looked like a post office. Looked like a post office to me. Maybe it looked official anyway. Ooh, let's grab some munch. It's been a little while since I've eaten. And I really do like to keep my my characters as healthy as possible. There is no point carrying food, not for any great length of time. Food is much, much better in your tummy than it is in your backpack. So find some, scavenge for some food. Once you're well kitted like me, scavenge for food every half an hour or so. Get half a dozen tins, eat them. No point doing much else. I'm surprised. I'm still always surprised when I come to an area and there's been no human activity, or at least if there has been, there've been door closers, because such a rich place to play. Ooh, tactical bacon. Yeah, these are such rich places to come and play, and people just don't come here. Map is vast. You know, the most important. You know, one of the most impressive things about the game is the fact the map is chuffing huge, and people only play on about 20% of it. Where are you? Keep your wits about you. Ooh. Oh shit. Am I bleeding? I'm bleeding. Good grief. Now that hasn't happened for a very long time. Ooh, I haven't been bleeding for that's ages since I've been bleeding. I mean, seriously, days since I've been confused enough to allow a zombie to get close enough to me. Low frame rate's not helping. I am no longer bleeding, which is a good thing. And I'm healing. Now, it's because I'm so healthy, you know, with things like energized state and hydrated state up in the bright greens. Ooh. Is why I'm now healthy again after being tapped. Ooh, munch. That quickly. After bleeding for a little while. What are you? Oh, green wool coat. Absolutely persisting it down it is. Oh, more zombies. So yeah, that's why you keep yourself... Is that a blue? Hang on. Why can't I... Blue flat cap? I might as well be completely coordinated. What's a blue shirt? Not enough, as many pockets as my... did I do that one? Not as many pockets as my blue wool shirt. I'm going blue, as you can tell. Sickle. Ooh, what are you? Oh, you're a defib kit. Might become important if you're working in groups, although that does look ruined. Yeah, things like the defib kit might be of interest. Still not sure what causes heart attacks in-game. I've been running quite long distances and haven't keeled over with a heart attack, so I'm guessing it's not running long distances, or at least isn't at the moment. Hello, what are you? Shotgun. I suppose I should start taking ammo. Oh. Are you full? Bugger. Why am I carrying that? I suppose while I'm up here I can have a little bit of my tactical bacon. Oh, this eat all is, by the way, bloody excellent. I'm keeping an eye on these messages on the bottom left-hand corner to see if there is going to be a warning about a server restart. Down to 27 rounds in that. I've got to keep an eye on that. That was the only food I picked up. Let's go and see what we can find. There's been a few Zeds, and obviously I did get tapped, which is quite a novel experience for me. But not that many. So Vibor's still a good place to be. I'm just wondering how this business of the Zeds respawning is going to affect the way we play. At the moment I tend to despawn in the same place each time. And hang on, open we go. In a town, because I can clear it fairly quickly as Zeds and they're not that much of a bother to me. Zeds obviously now are a little more of a bother. So we've got some really interesting things in this area, in the western side of the map, which no one seems to go to. As I say, we've got people, we've got the northwest airfield, which everybody knows, but there's also the military base to the east of Vibor by about 1 kilometre, with 4 barracks and a... is it 4 barracks? 3 barracks, sorry, and a 2-storey military. So, yeah. All you people playing in the east coast near the spawn points, yeah. You'll have more success in the west. Go west, young man. I do hear one. Oh, there he is. need another water container. Now, as we are this close to the military, and I am burning through my ammunition, I think I am going to go east for a little bit, about 1 kilometre, to the Tit Hill, there's one behind me, to see what I can find there, because as I say, I could do with a little bit of ammunition. It is starting to get quite dark, you know. Oi, jump over, you little bugger. You know, sun's not far off setting. I am no longer getting wet. Where did he go? I'm sure there was one over there. There was one over here. Got to keep mindful. There he is. Oh, he's zigzagging. I've got to be careful of him. Yeah, zombies. There's more to them. Oh, there's Tit Hill over there. Three. Still outpacing them, even though I've got my gun out, so... And they appear to have lost interest. Yay. That's good. So, that's Tit Hill. And next to Tit Hill is a military base. It is getting a bit chuffing dark though, isn't it? State and health, yeah, I'm wet, but that doesn't seem to matter at the moment. Let's have a quick drink. Ooh. Open tin. This is where eating all might not be so sensible, because you're locked in. I think you're locked into the animation, you can't move at this point. And there were some Zeds about 50 feet back from me, so maybe not the most sensible thing to do. So, I'm doing this partly because you always eat, partly to clear a little bit of inventory space. Down to 19 rounds. And it's now, look how much darker it is. Ooh, hang on. Did one of those zombies catch up with me? So yeah, this is now starting to get properly dark. Isn't it? This is properly... Yeah, there was a zombie back there. Thank you for roaring, you little git. There's the military base. I'm set for 200 metres, aren't I? That's why. Winged him. Down to 8 rounds. I tell you what. $60 rounds, that's better. But it's starting to get properly dark, isn't it? Not properly dark, I mean it's mainly because it's overcast skies, and there's another chuffing Z. And another. And there's another one. Yeah. Zeds. They are starting to become more of a threat, which is a good thing. We want Zeds to be a threat. This is supposed to be a zombie horror survival game. Not quite this much of a bloody zombie horror survival game. I'm in the middle of a chuffing field. But there you go. As I kill them, they spawn in. So for everyone I kill, another one spawns in. So maybe killing them as you cross fields is no longer a good thing to do, because they will just come back at you. And do you know what? It's starting to get so dark I don't actually know if I want to be here. Oh! Buggering bugger. If there was a warning to tell me that the session was about to be lost, I didn't see it. This is what I was saying about the timings. They all seem to be... most of them. There's one that's quite late. But most of these... oh, and there's one that's quite early. Oh, they're regular. Hang on, let's flick this to hard... oh, hang on. Up to the top. Right. 5 o'clock. You know, almost 5 o'clock. Just after 5, just after 5. 4 something, just after 5. Do you see that? Now that's 11 o'clock in the evening. Those guys really must be hardcore if they're playing on a server at night. But look at the timings of all of these. There's one in the morning. And it's got 11 people on it. That's obviously quite a... it's an experimental testing. So let's do a refresh on this. I sort of wish things were a little more reliable when it comes to things like that. Was that the one I was in? 426. Ooh, 9. Now, here's a server with a good time, but absolutely nobody's on it. Now, does that mean that there's a problem with the server and it won't restart? Dutch Hero Squad. Be nice to be playing in the morning rather than the afternoon. Let's give this a go, see if this will let us in. But very often I find that a server with absolutely nobody in it, it's because there's a problem with the server and you can't actually join it. Catch up with you in a second, guys. Okay, I jumped to a different server because that one didn't let me in. He appeared to be jagged back by a little bit. Yes, it was before I changed magazines. So, let's reload. At least I'm not being chased by half a dozen zombies across this bloody field with them respawning in every time I shoot them. That's a nice little sign of how that works now. How many people on this server? Oh, there aren't many of us. And, yeah, better time of day. I think it's morning. So we haven't the colours back to normal, to green, rather than the predominantly reddish hues, which is nice. So this military base next to Tit Hill has, I think it's 3 barracks and a 2-storey military, which is better than you're going to find anywhere in the east. And this is like only a kilometre or so away from the northwest airfield, which has 2 barracks, is it? And a load of hangars and a load of 2-storey military and a control tower. Yeah, and there's another 2-storey military about half a kilometre from the end, and no one's been here. So yeah, guys, if you want to play this game and actually play to survive, the way I do, get yourself out into the west. And I know I play a lot of the time on my own, solo play. Ooh, what are you? 10 rounds of buckshot. But I do play with other people, and on the whole, we tend to play in the west. Because there is more to do and more to see, and there's more. More is more. A speed loader for a shotgun. I think it's going to be a case that if you don't disturb zombies, they won't disturb you, really. Don't know. Ooh. Oh, no. It's the right colour. So if I was purely into colour coordination, but I like having my torch on the end of my... it's attached, you see. Hang on, turn it around. My torch is attached because this portion you can attach items to. So that's the first one done. I've been shot at in this area before now because it's such a rich area. Military always is a little what are you? Oh yeah, wrong rounds. Has always been a place where people come to, people who are well armed and well equipped like me. I don't know. I'm just trying to explain to people there's more to this game than just deathmatch, which so many people seem to... Oh, it's a black one. A black ballistic helmet. Ooh. Yeah, so many people treat this game as just a big glorified deathmatch. And it's not something I've ever really done. I've never thought of DayZ as just being a deathmatch. I think that's far too simplistic a way of treating the game. So much more to it than that. Just got myself an email. So yeah, there's more to DayZ than just being deathmatch. I prefer the survival element of it. Back with the mod, I used to like doing the hero side, where I would go and help people. That was cool. But that's when we could talk to each other. Well, when we talked to each other on the server. Some of the servers I used to play on, you'd have the local chat enabled, so everybody on the server could talk to everybody else. What are you? Ooh. Here we go. Oh shit, I'm going to put this on single shot. I'm going to burn through my ammo so quickly. Yeah, you know, there are some of the mod servers where everybody could chat to each other. You know, you'd never give your location away because that was just plain silly. It's still on double shot, on multi-shot. Wait, get out of the way, you. No ammo yet. Well, no ammo for my weapon. I can hear them. Let's get out into the open. Hello, Barbie Zombie. That's still on. That's better. It's supposed to be on single shot. And of course I'm killing them, which means there are going to be more of them around. Oi, open door. Pistol ammunition. There's been lots of discussion, shall we say, about which is the best weapon in DayZ. Well, if you play like me, and that is not against people but against zombies, this M4 is pretty rock hard. Big magazine capacity, reasonably accurate. Zombies are still a ball ache coming through walls and stuff, but... What are you? No, don't need you. Ooh, is that a magazine? Yeah, that's a magazine for my 45 pistol. Those are quite rare. Aha, yes, thank you. That's what I needed. So yes, if you play the way I play, which is against zombies rather than against people. Tactical bacon. What have we got here? Ooh. Yeah, you I could probably do with, because I actually used it a little while ago. What are you? You are 2 rounds. A box of 50. Yeah, it needs to come in boxes of 50. The stuff is shit. It's a beret. Nice new pair of boots. I'm wearing wellies at the moment. Keep my feet dry. Except for it doesn't bother. Doesn't matter. So that's this area done. Now, ordinarily if I was working this area, I would now go, because that's Tit Hill by the way, I would now go directly south to the next military, which is on the top of Green Mountain. But I don't actually... Oh, hang on. I actually want to go and have a look at that town I was talking about earlier. It's not too far away from me at the moment, which is... excuse me. Which is south of Weibel, because the map I saw posted on internety webs that showed all of the portions of the map that had been altered by the last update showed that town appeared to have quite a lot of alterations, and that's why we call it Tit Hill, because this area is so flat and level, and you've got this blooming great big hill for no apparent reason. Oh, I thought it was a zombie. So we're now heading sort of southwest-ish. Ooh, water. I rarely, if ever, bypass water without taking a drink. It'll be different once you've got to use purification tablets on pond water. Once that happens, obviously I'm going to have to modify my gameplay. Now, that's the barn. That's the town I'm heading for. Why am I still sploshing through water? Slight mistake on the map there. So, in that direction, you can't see it because it's too far away, is Green Mountain. And Green Mountain has a 2-story military building, which has loot, has military loot. And that's where I would normally go, because that used to be my pretty regular route. Would be the military south of Zelena, Zelenogorsk, Green Mountain, the Tit military base, and then over to the northwest airfield. That way I can hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 military locations in one gaming session to ensure that I've got enough toys. And as you can see, I like my toys. I like collecting toys. And then I like painting them green. Oh, hang on. Ooh, that's now full. Hold on. Right, let's dump that. Load those into there. So now I have my 60 here. That's got 50 rounds in it, so maybe I should... Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to disattach. Disattach? That's not a word in English. Now that worked reasonably well. So that's 60, and that's reattached. See, there's a method in my madness. By the way, that noise of all of that playing with ammo makes a lot of noise. Yeah, big flat plain tit. So we're going to go and have a little trot down to this town, which I can't remember the name of, but I do remember it begins with the letter P, and it is south of Weibel. And again, it's because that map I saw said that almost every building had been touched by the last update. Talk to you in a second when we get in there. Okay, we've got a little closer to the town. Now, let's see if I can see any differences. Oh, and also just to let you know, on the TeamSpeak channel I'm in, my mate Smoggy, who I've known for a great many years, has come on. He doesn't play DayZ. He did play a little bit of Armour for a while, but no, he's a Battlefield player, and one of the many in the clan that don't understand my fascination for the game. bell pepper. I don't know if that's a good thing to do. It's not something I would do in the real world. Well, I'm looking around this town, and I don't actually see anything that's changed. I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's something I haven't noticed yet. Maybe the change is subtle, or maybe there was a mistake on the map. I think it's this bit of intelligence I had. Should I just avoid him? Rather than kill him? I think that works. Got to come up with a new strategy when it comes to dealing with Zeds in built-up areas. Also, is it me or is it... Oh, bollocks. Here goes trouble, eh? The apple. Of course, every zombie you kill, you create a new one, so... By the way, I hate fences. Partly on the ground they stop me doing what I want to do, but also the zombies don't take any chuffing notice of them and will walk straight through them, but you've got to respect them. So yes, if this area has been changed, I can't see the changes. So maybe that map I saw... Don't want to be surprised by him while I have a drink. Hang on. I may have just brought all hell down on me. Yes, I did. Didn't get a tap on me, did he? So yes, I don't see any major changes in this area. Getting less responsive to the V button. Not quite the double kill I was hoping for. So either the changes are too subtle and I can't notice them, or the map I saw that had a list of all portions of the map that had been touched by the update was possibly wrong. Don't know. Possibly just too subtle for me to notice, because not being the sharpest. I mean, for instance, I'd love to see this church to have an interior, but no. So let's get out of Dodge and let's head down to Zelena. I'm going to try and get out of town. Is that new? I can't remember that being there. Yeah, I'm going to try and get out of town without killing zombies, just run into the woods, old school style, because this business now of the fact that the zombies spawn in response to you killing them has changed the game dynamic a little bit. I know it's upset a lot of people on Reddit. Yeah, well, if you didn't want to play a zombie horror survival game, you shouldn't have bought a zombie horror survival game. Talk to you later, gents. Okay, this is the little village or hamlet just north of Zelena. There's a lonely house over there. By the way, if you're a fresh spawn in and you're trying to avoid zombies, there are a good number of these little houses out in the middle of nowhere where you won't get zombies. And you can kit up and cover long distances just by finding these little odd houses out in the middle of nowhere. And if we look over there in the middle of the screen, you can just see the top of the Green Mountain TV tower. Just over there. And that has a 2-story military. But of course it will have Zeds. So we're going to... I don't particularly want any Z activity. There's nothing in there I want. So we're going to skirt around and get down to Zelena. But yeah, little houses like that, out in the middle of nowhere, or at least a long way away from a village. There are quite a few of them dotted around the map. And if you can string a load of them together, you can avoid zombie activity and still kit up. Takes longer. I mean, the way I play does take a lot longer to kit up, but I don't know. Does it take long? Yeah, it'll take longer. It'll take longer to kit up the way I play. But we should be seeing Zelena. Now, Zelena, I do know, has had a couple of changes. There's now a police station, which should have a little bit of mill loot. Not Zelena was devoid of mill loot anyway, because it's got its own little barracks. It's got a couple of barracks there and a 2-story military. Don't see anything there. Things look different from a distance. That's the power lines that will take you up to Berezino. So if you want to do your, like, I don't know, if you're one of the guys watching this who don't do these long distance runs the way I do, I mean, I've covered, God, how far have I covered today? Must be 6, 7, 8 kilometers. Going from the middle of the map up in the far north, and then down south along the western side of the map. So we're getting lots of messages on this server about, you know, advertising themselves for server hosting, but no message coming up and telling me that the server's going to restart, which is annoying. So, Zelenogorsk. My type of town. Military over there, right in the centre of the screen. A little bit of agricultural. A non-enterable church, which I do find a little annoying. And there's the police station. Looks like they've swapped out one of these large green buildings for the police station. I hope they haven't got rid of the... what's it called? Roughly in that area, there were a lot of garages, and I like garages. So, got my gun, got bullets for my gun. Let's go see what we can find, and see if there's any other changes. I know there was a police station. I can't remember if there's also a medical centre in Zelena now. And these are those power lines I was talking to you about. There's a substation in Zelenogorsk where many power lines come through. This single set will take you up to the northeast. Will take you up to Berezino, where there's a... I don't remember seeing that before. That might be new, might not be, I don't know. And my frame rate is absolutely tanking. It's because I'm recording, of course. Does make life a little trickier playing the game. It looks and feels a little jerky to me, and my inputs aren't as smooth and as fluid as they should be. I must admit, all of these adverts in the bottom left hand corner are starting to piss me off. But here we go. So no changes in this area. I do know this town pretty damn well. Should be a row of garages. Yep, there they are. Now, of course, when they drop a new building in, very often it's the case they've got to take an old building out. Police station. There, if I remember rightly, along here there were a row of terrace houses. That row there continued along here and has now been replaced. Lack of zombies, that's good. Let's do a run through on here, see if there's anything worth having. Yep, that would be worth having. We're going to start getting persistent items in. That's an item that survives the restart, and paper is apparently going to be one of those items. It should be fun. Pair of boots. Oops, come on, get your butt. Let's go upstairs. Pair of trousers. Just heard a zombie. He's probably spotted me through a window. Well, knowing the way zombies work in this bloody game, probably spotted me through a wall. What's that? What is that? Oh, hang on. Is he going to come upstairs? Oh, it's water purification tablets. This low frame rate is... Oh, and a pistol. And what have we got? A book? Nothing. A potato. Don't want to eat raw potatoes. Raw potatoes make you sick. Or give you the collywobbles. And then we get up onto the roof. A banana. Can of drink. Another M4. Another can of drink. All those lovely little Zeds. So the addition of the police station in here has definitely changed things up a little bit. I can hear more zombies responding to my presence. I would prefer not to start killing them on the grounds that now they'll respawn in. It's actually better just maybe to run away a little bit. But look at this for a rich resource area. Well worth coming all the way over to Zelena. For the longest time I've used Zelena as my sort of hometown, my base of operations, where I tend to despawn each time. I tell you what, I might not be despawning in the middle of town anymore, given the number of zombies now, or the zombie threat. Yeah. Changed the game mechanic a little. Let's get out into the woods. But yes, Zelena, nice place. They've made a couple of little changes that make life a little more interesting. The changes to gameplay that... Oh god, is this a fence? No, it didn't stop me. Are interesting. So, yeah, Zelena is a slightly more interesting place than it was. I still think all these apples in this orchard should be edible, but there you go. So, at that point, I will love you and leave you. And I'll stop playing, because my headset is hurting my head, so I need something to eat. Because it's now 12:38 and we started at 11:15. So, do I or don't I? Nah, I don't think I do, because then another one will appear. Right, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.